The ego. The ego is the second center, and it is a false center. It can be the root of all unhappiness, frustration, anxiety, and hatred. We all spend too much time measuring ourselves against society around us. A building of expectation can only lead to extreme frustration and most frequently disappointment. How often have you seen somebody build a successful career, gain a good standing, and suddenly lose everything he has? When the only thing that is meaningful to him is his ego, it will bring him down completely, crushing and leaving him with nothing else if he has not found his true center, the soul. All stability has been lost. This is the cauldron of fear boiling over, for without a strong first center, our victim has nowhere to go. You need to learn that the first center is the most important and the true center, that is your soul. Your soul is a source of true happiness and stability. No one or nothing can change it. No one can take it away from you. If you live in this world and do not get beyond the ego center, you will never achieve true happiness. You will never know what you want, and you will never understand what your given talents are. Ego is the root of all anger and sadness in the world today. If you feel sad and sit down to contemplate why, you will find that it is your ego that is usually the main cause of your suffering. If your spouse praises another, you may become angry and jealous. That is because your ego has been hurt. When your spouse divorces you, your stability may be completely shattered. You will experience fear and can suddenly lose track of who you are. You will suddenly be aware of how much your life is depending upon the love of your mate. That is why a loss of the spouse often results in drastic actions like suicide or tremendous depression, leading to the inability to cope with reality. These are the examples represent someone who lives by his ego. First, your ego wants you to believe that you are somebody special, and as a result, every day you go out and join the world competition to try to prove yourself better than the rest. Second, you spend your time competing, comparing, and collecting worthless status symbols. This behavior can lead to paranoia, causing you to become argumentative, distancing you from your associates, even family and friends. To protect your ego, you have developed a competitive mind. Third, with the competitive mind, you continuously look for faults in others so that you will feel superior, more important, smarter, and better. Fifth, you are always thinking badly about others, yet at the same time, your ego desperately needs the approval of those whom you attack. This is the danger of letting your ego dominate you. 6. You thirst for compliment, the false compliments from other people. You are always worried about what they think while you showing off and praising yourself. 7. You often feel satisfied and happy when you see other people fail or unhappy. All the above facts prove that you depend too much on other people's opinions and criticism. We care too much in what they think of us and how they feel about us. creates unhappiness, hatred. How can people happy if they live by other people's opinions? This is why most people are suffering, struggling to find acceptance and praises from others. This is the story I want to tell you about one's life and how it is affected by other people's opinions. The story begins like this. Years ago, in the old village, there was a man who traveled with his son to go to the market. He put on his wares on the old donkey, and they both walked along the road, leading the loyal creature. As they walked, they came upon someone who said to the man, "Foolish old man, you should ride a donkey and let your son walk. Why waste your energy walking?" The man thought for a while and said to himself, "He's right." He made the decision to get on the donkey and let his son walk. A little while later, they met up with another man, and this one said, "Look at you, selfish old man. You are not a good father. You ride on the donkey and make your son walk. You do not even know how to love your own son." The old man was embarrassed, quickly got off the donkey and raised his son up, replaced himself. They traveled along a little farther and came upon yet another man who scolded the son and said, "You are a terrible son. How can you ride on the donkey and make your own father walk? You have no respect." The son, hearing this, quickly jumped off the donkey and regained his position, walking next to his father. In the end, they both walked together as they did at the beginning. This story clearly illustrates that if you live your life listening to others and everything they say, you can never satisfy them all. Someone will always find something to criticize about you for what you are doing. You must learn to do what you believe is right, and that should be sufficient. You need to use your own judgment. In our society, the reality of this world is that everyone goes around criticizing others when they do not even know who they are or what they want. Too many people spend too much time living for someone else. The wife spends all her time satisfying her husband and her children. She never pays any attention to herself or her own needs. The husband spends all his time competing in the world around him, matching his wits and ego with those of others, believing that this is the way to serve his family. As you grow up and become more aware of who you are, you need to realize that your ego, the one you have nourished with a false hope, is not what needs to be satisfied for true happiness. You need to recognize that this is the root, the source of the misery in your life. Dr. Wayne Dyer in the movie The Shift has inspired me with this concept. This movie has brought to me a clear picture of why we should know who we are, why we should look deeply into our inner self, which is our soul, to find our dreams and our true desires. When you let go of your ego, you will find your true self. These are the signs to tell you why your ego dominates you. First, it has been built up and programmed in you from the day you were born by the people around you. Second, your ego does not want you to change. It is determined to dominate you, and it wants to control your entire life. It is like a disease from within. Third, it lives in fears and worries and depends on the false center. Fourth, it always wants you to praise it and look down on others. Sixth, the most important thing is it does not want you to discover that you have a true center, your soul. 7. It worries that your soul may destroy it. If you let it, it will become an evil thing and it will overshadow you and take control of your entire life. It knows how fragile it is. This is why it must possess you like a demon and take away your soul. You must suppress your ego. It is your soul that provides to you all the blessings from the universe. This is your inner source of wealth and happiness. No one around you can give you this. It is yours to discover, to expand, and it is yours to develop. It is up to you to answer all these questions and discover who you are. What is your definite purpose and why you are here in this world? When you can answer these questions yourself, you are beginning your first steps on the road to wealth and happiness.